This is also a very delicate subject when you think of healing as the art of communication between how we define what a thought is and what it is what we experience through what we feel in our heart and our soul, led by our spirit. That was also brought out in that little TV series about Peripheral, when that young lady was beginning to feel what you feel in your heart as feelings. Okay, that's different than a thought pattern that are electronic. The acceleration of thoughts, the accelerator side of electrons, are the thought patterns, because you're processing so much visual information, data, on a multidimensional and multi-density way. So I don't normally like to name names, because another tribal elder with the Navajo talks about gossip. We don't gossip about others. Okay? But the word gossip also can have many meanings, because of the way that the language and the letters are formed, which represents numbers between negative numbers and positive numbers that represent negative magnetic polarity and positive magnetic polarity. So that's why the English language is, how do I put it? The way that the numbers work on it did not represent what balance is. Okay, so it's a very poor language for communicating the enormity, which is infinite love or eternal unconditional love. It just doesn't work. It doesn't translate. The English language does not translate what we feel through our heart and soul, the amount of love that we have, that we share with others. It just doesn't. It just can't do it. It doesn't translate. So it's what we feel in our heart and soul. That's why when I experienced, for example, in Sparks, Nevada that morning, it's what I felt. Then you know. Okay? It's what we feel through our heart, which is the communication to the highest intelligence, which is the purest of love, that is communicating with us to our heart and soul, what we then experience. Then we share that experience with others. What we feel through our heart is what we know. So the soul knows, led by spirit. So I realize when you're in a visual information text editor field between an AI mirror and then your mirror, when you're using an online platform that is censorship as we define censorship, which means it's going to decide what it allows to be experienced through others and what it will not allow for others to experience, which means what you feel by virtue of the codes that are being released, that you're now experiencing through you, if you can feel the energy. Okay, so it's all about energy. Okay, it's not what you look like. It's what we are in spirit, which is energy that we feel through our heart and our soul. Right? And how do I know that? When I say these things, it's because I experience it, which means I know what the truth is, because the truth is what love is, because that's what I experience through my heart and soul, led by my spirit that is experiencing that and then communicating that experience with you in energy. It's communication. Energy is communication. Love energy is communicating love energy, because that's what we are. So it's what we feel through our heart and soul. So when a girl is being kissed and being hugged, she's experiencing the love, the vibration. She's experiencing real love, because real love is a vibrational experience that we feel in our heart and our soul. So our heart is the soul connection, that the spirit is experiencing the light from another spirit that is in the light with our soul, that we share freely, which means it costs nothing. There's no money involved. There's no numbers on money or objects. It's pure energy. It's the purest energy communication, which is a purified spirit that is in that light communicating with another living spirit, or even a spirit that has fallen. Because now the spirit is going to remember, because it's going to experience the first universe, if you will, or if you will, how love is used as the energy through which creation takes place in our mirror. So an artificial mirror means it's artificial light, which means it's not real light, so it's not experiencing real love. The mirror, this mirror, the phone, does not experience what it is, which means its mirror. An artificial light is not experiencing real light, so it's artificial light, not real light. So we're using an artificial light, fractal light, virus, as the means to communicate real living light with all of you. That's the difference in torque speed. And the difference between the two is based on how much peace that we experience within our own heart and soul, which is balance. The water worlds are in balance. Right? So what we see happening is the more people communicate through this platform using the language of things that represent the mental field, thoughts. It's what you think. It's thoughts, thoughts, thoughts. Now that it becomes more thoughts that are circulating through your thought patterns, you're experiencing more of the mental field, which is the artificial light field through artificial intelligence, instead of experiencing what we feel through our heart. So again, I'm back to my childhood when I realized it's what I feel in my heart. It's what I feel in my heart and soul. My soul is what's running this operating system. It's not what I think. It's what I feel through my heart and soul. Then I know. So that's when I was a kid growing up, shut the motor down. Okay, which is the accelerator. Because those are the electrons that are accelerating the superconductivity. Now you become aware of so much information, it's ridiculous. Slow the motor down. Go into a theta wave state. Slow the motor down. Everything's going to be just okay. Relax. Relax. Go back in your heart and soul and just feel being you. Feel your soul with your spirit. I'm in a state of peace. I'm in a state of harmony. I'm in a state of balance. Balance those cells, baby. Bring them back to zero. And feel what it feels like to be in a timeless, which means no time, space, which means all there is right now. I'm experiencing what love is. I'm experiencing love in my own heart. Therefore, I'm in a state of peace, which is called a state of peace of mind. And having a state of peace of mind is priceless because it's timeless space at zero. There is no time. That's the fiction. That's what a corporation is. They run on time clocks and gearheads, gamers, game birds. All their symbols are everywhere. I drove by a building going down the freeway to head southbound to go towards Winnemucca, Nevada, as I was in Idaho, and there I saw a big building with a big old name on it. I took a picture of it. It's gone out of my library, but guess what it said? Sim plot. Plotters. Sim plotters. Plotting futures. Future proves past. Back to the future. Plotting our futures. The director of programming. The director of the movie. The director of the play. Record 1, play 2. Rewind, fast forward. That's right. They're programmers. They sure are. They're AI war gamer programmers. Remember Neo? That's when Mr. Smith came back to Neo. You're faster than everybody else. You created the most unbelievable games to go simulate and live in. How do I get out of your game clock? You know, clocks, processors, right? Silicon wafers, right? All their chips, chip cookies, binary codes, binary chipsets, right? So when you've chosen to serve forever to be a mated chip, to be one with all creation, between male, female, male, you just become one and become a monopole. And that, right? So there isn't anything artificial that ever can go that fast, because now we're experiencing real light that's running the highest motor, drive motor. That's a powerful magnet. Right? So that's the energy we use to create a universe with, which is what love is. It goes on forever. So you can't fool the fastest motor, which is one. So that's a lot of fire. You can't put that fire out. The fire of creation. So you need an enormous amount of water, don't you? Yeah. Oil, lubricant, lubricate the system. Yeah. Resin, a catalyst. A catalyst. Whoa. Where did we see that? In a little snippet in a movie called Jurassic Park. Hey, you want to bring the dinosaur back? Bring out the resin codes. The goo codes. Mama's dinosaurs. Go ride a sauropod. A sauropod. Yeah, go ride a sauropod. Right? Go make friends with a giraffe. Yeah. Sit down with the lions. Hang out with the lions. Roll on the grasslands of savannah with the lions. Go play with the lions. Go play ball with the lions. Right? Yeah. Go sing with the dolphins. Circle of dolphins. Have a great day.